Alright, you have your packet out. We're going to go over this. And yes, I am recording so that I can post it so people will understand how to do this. This isn't something that's typically done in 4th grade, so this is why we're doing this video. This is Unit 8, Penny Jars and Towers. It's supposed to help you all get ready for 5th grade. So we're going to go ahead and start with the first problem. Matthew starts with 5 pennies in the penny jar. He adds 7 pennies each round. Use a chart to complete the first 5 rounds. So here's your chart down here. So we know that Matthew starts with 5. So for start, we're going to put 5. And he adds 7 pennies each round. So every round after the start, we add 7 to 5. So round 1, we have
12.
Round 2,
19.
Round 3,
26.
Round 4,
33.
Round 5.
40.
And your chart is complete. So again, you start with your start number, but then you add this number for each round to that start number so that you'll see 5 plus 7 is 12, 12 plus 7 is 19, 19 plus 7 is 26, 26 plus 7 is 33, 33 plus 7 is 40. Let's take a look at number 2. Julie is making a quilt. She has 4 quilt patches to begin with. So begin is just like saying start. Each day she adds 7 more patches to the quilt. So she's starting with 4, but every day, which is just like a round, she adds 7 more. So we have to write an equation that shows how many patches P the quilt will contain after 20 days. Instead of being days, they could be 20 rounds. So our expression for penny jars is P
equals round times pennies added plus start number.
Alright, so let's substitute everything in. We have P here, the round we're looking for, which is 20 days. So P equals 20. What's her pennies added?
7.
And what did she start with?
4. 5. 4.
She has 4 quilt patches to begin with. This is why reading is very important. It has all the information there. So the expression that you would use for this would be P equals 20 times 7 plus 4. It can be written this way, or we can do it this way. P equals parentheses 20 times 7 plus 4. And if you remember order operations, you go in PEMDAS, and you would have to solve what first?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at 3A.
You forgot to solve.
Oh, let's go back. Let's solve it. So we have the expression here. So if we're going in PEMDAS, we do multiplication first. What's the first thing you're doing?
20 times 7.
What is the answer?
140.
So P equals
140.
plus
4.
equals.
144.
So she should have 144 quilt patches after 20 days. All right, 3A. Write the rule you can use to find the number of windows W in a square tower with F floors. Well, what did I tell you about square and corner towers? What's your hint, Isaiah? A square has one more than a corner. So what is the expression for a square tower, Isaiah? Remember we had to make an adjustment. Josie. No, ma'am. Noah.
W equals 4 times 8 plus 4.
Thank you. W equals floor times 8 plus 4. And then 8 plus 4 gives you how many? 12. Okay. It says find the number of windows for the first 5 rounds. Well, this rounds is just like saying
5 8 plus 4.
if we're talking about towers, this rounds is just like saying what, Christian? The floors. So I'm just going to cross it out and put floors. Now, here, we're going to input this in. So we're going to have W equals 5 times 8 plus 4. Same thing. This is an order of operation. You have multiple operations in this expression. So what do we solve first? Multiplication. W equals W equals. All right, now, if you're not comfortable with this expression,
You can do
you can do the chart. So we just go and draw a T-chart, and we automatically know. Now remember, with pennies and towers, what's the special scenario that we found out on yesterday, Christian?
That pennies, the start number is not the first round.
Correct.
But for the floors and the towers and stuff, that the start is the first.
Very good. Now, I've given you a pattern too. So, if we start with how many on the square tower? How many?
12.
You start with 12. What do you keep adding after that? 8. So we start, and our start is actually our what? So I draw a little one there. You start 12, and then this next one, which will be second, we have to add 12 plus 8. 20 plus 8. 28 plus 8. 36 plus 8.
44.
So do you see that on the 5th floor or the 5th round, you should have 44 windows according to the chart, and also according to the expression, you should have 44 windows. Any questions? It's always good to use both of these to make sure one is correct, or to make sure you have the correct answer. And always remember, pennies start after the start number. Towers start with the start number. Let's go to the next one. 3B. Write the rule you can use to find the number of windows W in a corner tower with F floors. So, again, the hint to remember, a square is one more than a corner, or a corner is one less than a square. So, if we just said a square is W equals floor times 8 plus 4, then the corner expression is going to be what, Elena? Correct. Floor times 8 plus 3. Now, we're doing the same thing. Find the number of windows for the first 5 rounds. So we're going to do one by using expression, and then the other by using the chart. So we have W equals 5 times 8 plus 3. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to start my chart. If a square starts with 12, how many does a corner start with? 11. And my start is also my first one. So I put 11 here. Now, I'm going to go back and we're going to fill out this, and then we'll go fill out this one. 5 times 8?
40.
Plus 3?
43.
So right now the expression says we should have 43 windows for a 5-story corner tower. But let's go through with the chart. We get to the second floor. How many? What's the pattern?
19.
Start 11, add
8.
So you should have 19. The third?
27.
The fourth?
35.
And the fifth? 43. So you see you have 43 windows on the 5th floor, 43 according to this expression. Okay? 3C. Write the rule you can use to find the number of windows W in a single tower with F floors. What is the expression for a single tower, Talia? Okay, so it will be W equals floor times 4 plus 1. Now, find the number of windows for the first 5 rounds. So W equals, and we're going to do the expression again, and we're also going to do the chart. There are 5 rounds, but we know that's actually floors. So 5 times 4 plus 1. W equals 5 times 4 is
20.
plus 1. W equals 21. We come over here. Our start, which is our first floor / round, starts with how many?
5.
And the pattern says to add how many after that? 4. Very good. The second floor has
9.
third,
13.
fourth,
17.
fifth,
21.
21. Same thing. You just have two ways that you can find it. Whichever way you're most comfortable with will be the best way that you should use on the test. Okay, 3D. Double tower. Write the rule you can use to find the number of windows W in a double tower with F floors. Amaya. Correct. W equals floor times 6 plus 2. So I'm going to go expression over here, chart over here. And I always put start on my towers, but I also put a number 1 at the top right below the start so that I know my next row is going to be my second floor. All right, so we're looking for 5 again. So W equals 5 times 6 plus 2. What's 5 times 6?
11.
30.
I think said 5 plus
And 30 plus 2?
32.
All right, now we start with how many on a double tower? 8. And we add, okay, so the second floor has 14. The third floor?
20.
Fourth?
26.
And the fifth?
32.
So it's 32 windows. Okay, let's turn over to the next page. Now, here we are with rows. We talked about this on the first study guide. A shoe store window has 8 shoes in the first row. Well, remember, Ms. Cobb said whenever you read something like that, go ahead and just set yourself up with a chart. So the shoe store, we start, which is also my first row, with 8 shoes. Each row behind the first shoe has 11 shoes. So every time I start a new row, I'm adding what? 11. But so 8 plus 11 is equal to what?
19.
Right. So right now we have 19 shoes. There are a total of 63 shoes in the window. How many rows of shoes are there? Write your answer below. So here we're showing our work with the chart. So 19 plus 11. 30 plus 11. 41 plus 11. And 52 plus 11.
63.
So how many rows? 6. All we did was start 8 and add 11 to each one. And we were looking for the one that had the total number of shoes that the window had to offer, which was 6. All right, let's look at number. This is, I guess that's 4A. This should be 4B, but we'll keep going. The numbering is off. A shirt store window has 7 shoes in the first row. Again, another problem, just like the one we solved. So the first line tells me I need to go ahead and make mine. And you might have to continue on with your chart. So we're starting, which is also our first row, which is why I have a number 1 here, with 7. Each row behind the first has 5 shoes, and we're looking for a total of 44 now. So the second row has how many?
12.
The third?
17.
The fourth?
24. 22.
The fifth?
27.
I'm going to come over here and do some. The sixth? The seventh?
37.
The eighth?
42.
And the ninth?
47.
So now, how many shoes do we have in all?
44.
So we can comfortably fit 44 shoes on how many rows? 9. And we'll still have space left over for 3 more. 9. Why could we not do 8? Kyrie?
Because if you, like I said yesterday, if you have less than you need to have, then you're not going to have enough.
Correct. So we can only put 42 shoes, which means we will have 2 pairs of shoes